Okay guys, so best all around hunting binocular, binoculars that do more than one job or, do a specific job, really, really well. Right here you've got a Vortex 12-50 Razor UHD. You've got Swarovski 1556 SLC, and you've got the NL Pure, Swarovski NL Pure 12x42s. So, we get these questions that will say, Cody, I want more magnification. I need it to do more. I'm using a tripod, but yet I want a handhold. I would not take the, like the 1556s would not be my first choice if I were going to go to a handheld binocular. I would, easily go with a 1250, a 1250 or a 1242, and I'll tell you why. First and foremost, the magnification, the weight, and everything, like with a 15 on your chest, it can be pretty taxing. You have to use a bigger bino harness. All that said and done, these are phenomenal off of a tripod, and most of the time I carry 15s in my pack. But I may have, either a 10 or a 12 on my chest, depending what I'm using, what I'm testing, what I'm doing. But I think it's just basically to show you, these are incredible long-range binoculars. And if I'm going to look at anything from, 1,000, 1,200, 15 yards and out, and, be in that search mode, the 15s, on a tripod or Kaibab, we can do 18x56 UHDs. But again, we're talking about the more versatile things. So again, we've got a 1250 UHDs. These are much closer, to size being on the chest. They are easily tripod mountable with the 1/4-20 stud or threads right there, or you can put a stud in there. But then you've got a binocular like the 1242, and so people ask all the time, well, why would I use a 1242 versus a 1250? You're actually getting a better exit pupil in 1250, but the glass in these is amazing, and you're getting a much wider field of view. That's the interesting thing they've done with the NL Pures, is that this is the same size as a 10. So if you look at them on my chest, this is the same size as a 1042. These are going to be bigger. These are the same weight as a 1042. These are going to be heavier, but yet these have 2 more magnification, and they also have a much wider field of view by some 36 or 39 feet. So when you look at that piece and you say, well, Cody, I could get away with different pieces of glass and condense down to one, and then I could, get a more powerful spotting scope. There's going to be people that do that. Again, we're talking about versatility. We're talking about all around best binoculars. You could go with a 1042. You put a 1042 on a tripod. That's a very effective tool. You could maybe even go up to a 10x50. And people would ask, well, why would you go to a 10x50 over a 10x42? And what I would say is that if you're going to use it more on a tripod than off of a tripod, I'll take that extra exit pupil, which means light to your eye, and that'll help me with the farther distances. But if you're really concerned about lightweight and maybe the presence of that on your chest, it makes sense to get a 10x42 that's obviously smaller, more compact, about this size. So we talked about like 1042s and how they might be smaller and less field of, or less exit pupil. And if you went to a 1050, you'd have more exit pupil. So then that's where we get the questions like with the 1250s all the time. 1250s are going to give you 2 more magnification, and that might help you to see a little bit farther, a little bit more clear. But it's also going to take away from your exit pupil, meaning the light to your eye. So a lot of people might see that as a detractant. But again, a lot of people are trying to fit that middle of the road binocular, the one that does everything. And so that's why a 12x50 always fits that bill. When you talk about going all the way up, to a 1556, you're talking about a very narrow field of view and a very concentrated look at a long way away. So again, I think we're just trying to present options for you and to think about, space savings, weight savings, performance, exit pupil, long distance versus, short distance, on a tripod, off a tripod. And what I would tell you is that if I can help you answer those questions, call me at 702-847-8747. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please ask questions. We'll get back to you there. And if anything else, you want to email me, do it at optics@gohunt.com.